Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches, episode 180. Tonight we're reviewing Black Panther!
Marvel Studios
Present. Oh god. I don't like the new intro.
I don't either.
At first I was like, yeah, this feels like I'm at like a Disneyland ride, and then I was like, no, this is dumb.
I liked the old comic book page turny.
I agree. Anyway, whatever. They didn't consult us.
So Black Panther.
The highest grossing Marvel movie, I think, at this point.
Of all time?
Or it's like one of the highest grossing movies ever. So I would assume that
it surpassed...
I think it surpassed Avengers Age of Ultron, or is that one coming out? I don't know.
That one already came out.
Okay, it did.
But then Infinity Wars has yet to come out.
Don't get me started. After this, I said the same thing that I said after Thor Ragnarok.
The Ragnarok?
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok. I was like, this is one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah.
And then I also realized that like, they're really doing what I've asked them to do, which is to just give me a small story.
Just make it individual and...
Oh, it's like James Bond, but he's a Marvel superhero? Great. I'm in.
Oh, this was so Pierce Brosnan, Tomorrow Never Dies, James Bond movie.
And I loved it.
Not so.
Yeah.
She's cute. She's just like, here's all these gadgets.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Oh, here, try this. It's fantastic. This is great.
Yeah. That's what I was just like, oh, this isn't like a stupid, obnoxious superhero movie. Thank the Lord. Oh, aliens don't show up and try and destroy the planet?
I mean, they did show up at the beginning, right? That's how the thing...
It was just a meteorite.
Oh, it was just a meteorite.
And then they found... Exactly, they cultivated the flower, and then whoever drank the flower had the power of the Black Panther. The end. Do
they not let a bunch of people drink the flower because that would just be not a great movie? I wondered about that as well. I was like, you'd think they could grow it and give it... There can only be one! I don't know, like, you'd think they would give it to his army or something, but it's the whole, like, we could take over the world at this moment if we wanted to, but we don't want to struggle.
Well, and I think part of what stopped them from doing that was that the fact that there was one king who had the power and could control everyone else. If multiple people have the power, then there's more and more likelihood of a challenge and a coup, which didn't really seem to stop anyone
from cooing.
But you know, I think that was right.
It's in Oakland in the 90s, and there's a knock on the door. They're like, who is it? Who's at the door? And he goes, I don't know, some like Grace Jones looking chicks with some spears. And I was like, oh, can't wait. I'm in. Can we talk about her for the rest of the review? She is the main bodyguard general of the Black Panther's army, and oh my god, she was everything.
Absolutely.
So I didn't memorize her name, but she is Michonne from Walking Dead, which you don't watch.
Nope.
And I have since stopped watching, but she's like the katana badass. Like, she's like badass on Walking Dead. Like, fuck yeah. So many people are in this movie. It was a huge cast.
It really was.
And people kept showing up. I was like, oh, there's Forrest Whitaker. Oh my god, Angela Bassett, you are everything and more. And why aren't you in more of this movie? My biggest complaint with this movie, not enough Angela Bassett. I was like, no! When she was like, oh, okay, I'll just hang out in this ice castle and not being in the movie anymore. I was like,
no,
you can
be your own badass bitch. Like, everyone gets to be a badass.
You've been a king's wife diplomat for how long? You could figure some shit out and do some manipulation and like some, you know, Lady Macbeth stuff.
Ooh,
like, get in there.
Yeah, get in that brain.
Right?
Like,
So that was my biggest, honestly, my biggest complaint.
I feel that.
I love me some Angela Bassett. Oh yeah, Martin Freeman's in this movie.
Yeah, that was
I mean, I did kind of like the idea that the one white character was disposable, where in most movies the black character is like, oh, and they were there.
Yeah.
Cause, you know, and so that was kind of fun, but also I was like, oh, he was there.
Yeah.
Okay. Lupita Nyong'o was great.
She was fabulous. I like love her. Chadwick
Boseman has a real like quiet confidence. I don't know. He really fits the part well. He's small in his acting, and I'm like drawn in, and
sure, I
really like that a lot about him. And
can we talk about Michael B. Jordan?
Oh yes, loved him.
I was so bummed that the end was what it was.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert. We're just going to talk about the whole movie. If you haven't go seen it.
Every other Marvel movie, it's not, there's no like, what? Not really. But it's very good, so go see it.
Go see it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. So, I was hoping that they would find a way through diplomacy, like he was going to talk through to him and be like, look, I'm a different dude. I didn't do what all those guys did. I'm going to, like, let's move forward together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
Come be part of the tribe and
exactly.
We're going to accept you and forgive you for your sins and you're going to be a better man because of it. And that's kind of where I thought the moral theme of this movie was going. And then it was like, oh, and then he died. Oh.
And I got the ending too, where it was supposed to kind of be like the end of this chapter and it's like now he can move on and like shift policy. But
Michael B. Jordan was so charismatic that I was like, but no more.
I waited my entire life for this. The world's gonna start over. I'ma burn it all.
He was so goddamn charismatic. Yeah. Loved it.
Yep.
Every time he was such a great villain. I mean, it was kind of the same of like revenge from childhood trauma. Yes. And I was like, okay. But he was really great and I was into it. I did laugh every single time his like click track badass theme came on. It was just like, oh, it's time for some Michael B. Jordan. I was like, well, it's pretty silly, but I like it.
Can we talk about when it turned into Casino Royale and I was waiting for Komodo dragons to pop out?
But the Komodo dragons aren't in Casino Royale.
Oh, those are in Quantum of Solace.
Yeah, right?
Maybe you're right.
It's like down. It's definitely not Casino Royale. Right. He falls into that pit.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I told you, right, that Danny Boyle is potentially directing the next James Bond movie?
No.
So
he's on board for one more, I heard.
I think they have hogtied Daniel Craig into doing one more James Bond movie, which let him go. I'm okay with it.
I am too.
He did his service and let's move on and let's get Danny Boyle in there, get a new James Bond in there. I'm here for it.
I'm still here personally for Charlize to be James Bond.
Yes.
But I do think, and not that there needed to be proof, but I think that this movie is absolutely proof that Idris Elba as James Bond would be the most amazing.
Oh, so, I mean, he's not in this movie.
No, but like, this was like...
It's marketable.
This was exactly...
Like, no duh, it's marketable, get over it.
Yeah, this was like product viability test for, like, could Idris Elba be James Bond? Duh.
I would be so here for an Idris Elba, Danny Boyle, James Bond. Yes. Anyway, we're talking about Black Panther.
Well, yes. I mean, there were a lot of Bond...
Michael B. Jordan as Black Panther? I mean, as James Bond?
Maybe.
Because I feel like as much as I am so here for Idris Elba to be James Bond, he really probably only has realistically 2 movies in him before he's too old.
That's fair.
So, like, getting a younger...
He might be a little too young.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, if Daniel Craig's going to do it for... I mean, although, don't they do it, like, every 4 years or whatever?
Something.
So, in 8 years... I guess it'd be in, like, 5 years or whatever, but still, yeah.
Anyway, no, I thought he was great and a really, like, sort of delightfully evil villain, you know?
Well, and I thought this movie was written really well.
It was very well written, and the characters were well drawn.
Yes.
I understood everybody.
Exactly.
I was very into the characters.
It was, like, very emotional, like, it was... It
felt personal.
Yeah, absolutely. It was really nice that they did that, like, that was able to happen.
It seemed like they took care with this story.
Yes.
And really coddled it and were like, let's cultivate this and really make it something.
I don't think we've talked enough about, like, the outfits.
The outfits were everything.
Everything.
They were changing costumes all the time. I was here for it. Every scene I was like, yep. Oh, yeah, it's great.
His white, like, burial rebirth gown.
All of it. I was like, I'm eating this up with a spoon.
Oh, yeah.
It was very good.
I would love to see these costumes get nominated for the Oscar.
Ooh, that would be cool. Yep.
I don't know. I don't think any other Marvel movie has ever had a nomination for costume design. Visual effects always, but
maybe,
or not always.
I don't remember, but I don't know which one I would think, oh, that had really great costumes.
But this one,
Well, what I liked about, so this is like, you know, kind of your average origin story. But then again, it's also not because there's so much tradition and culture built into the story of Black Panther, at least in this movie. I have not read the comics. I have no idea. But because it wasn't like, oh, I'm a lonely teenager, all of a sudden I have superpowers, oh my god, I have to figure this all out and I don't know what I'm doing. It was very not that. It was, I've been training for this my whole life. I have doubts within myself of being a leader, but like, I know what's going on. Yeah. And so that made it a more interesting and different kind of movie for me.
I agree.
It was like, oh, and now we're gonna do this Mufasa, you know, dream sequence where he goes and talks to his dad on the prairie. Yeah, here for it. With the trees and the sunset. I was like, yeah. Well, where's James Earl Jones? I mean, what's going on?
Simba, remember who you are.
Who you are. I mean, the clouds might as well have been talking to him. And I was so here for it.
Simba, you have forgotten me.
No. How could I?
You have forgotten who you are, and so forgotten me. Look inside yourself, Simba. You are more than what you have become.
I left this movie, and the last time this year that I remember leaving the movie feeling like this was Blade Runner. But I left the theater being like, God, like, I love seeing movies. I love,
you were like, I'm invigorated.
Yeah, it's just like, I love seeing movies in theaters. And like, you know, like to me, this was one of those things where you're just like, yes, that's like fun and exciting and entertaining and like an experience.
I think I felt that way after, strangely enough, after Phantom Thread. I was like, I love seeing good movies.
That's true too. I did as well, in a different way, obviously, but like.
In a different way, but I was like, yeah, oh, great. We didn't talk about Andy Serkis at all, who you usually have strong feelings about.
Who is he?
Great.
The Rhino?
And Andy Serkis as the Rhino with no dialogue. Oh my god, then that would be
just the lick.
Fucking hilarious. Oh, they paid him $500,000 to come in to do a lick. Oh my god. No, he was like straight up the other bad guy with the robot arm. That's Andy Serkis.
Like the Russell Crowe looking guy?
Yeah, that's Andy Serkis.
That's what he looks like?
Well, he kind of beefed out for this.
Okay.
Usually he's thinner.
Yeah, I thought wasn't he the guy who played Gollum?
I haven't, yeah, but that was like 20 years ago.
Sure, but like I thought he was kind of like fraily whatever.
No. I haven't seen him in person in a while, so maybe he got beefed up to play Caesar in all the Planet of the Apes movies.
Maybe.
I don't know, but that's him.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's good, so he didn't bother you. You liked him. Sometimes you don't like him.
Really?
Sometimes you have feelings about Andy Serkis.
Well, mostly just I think in like the CG nonsense that they have him do.
So, sure.
You know, as Snoke being like this weird thing on a chair. It's not him personally.
I feel like that's most of Andy. Like, Andy Serkis is best known for this weird thing on a chair. being a weird thing on a chair. Great.
Sure.
Cool. I thought he was good. And he was a great counterbalance to like, you think he's the main bad guy, right? You're like, oh no, and then Michael B. Jordan takes care of that.
Yeah.
When he shot his girlfriend, I was like, oh shit, he's cold.
So that is what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He was, Andy Serkis was using his lady friend as a human shield. And then
your Bonnie and Clyde number's over.
He just shot. I was like, fuck.
It's gonna be fine, boop. I thought he was like trying to shoot him and then like, no, the other guy shot it. Like, I didn't know if it was like, oh, he also reacted and shot her too.
It was cold.
Yeah, that is. I thought he was really good, and I agree. I liked that it was like, oh, no, now he's dead. You know what I didn't think got enough backstory or whatever was Daniel Kaluuya's character and also his beef with like...
Well, he was underwritten. At the beginning, it's him and... I'm just going to call her Michonne. The girl from Walking Dead, the badass general lady. I don't know her name. She casually in like one of those Skype holograms is just like, I love you. And then he's like, love you too.
Oh, she's like your highness, your lover, or something like that.
Lover,
yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh great, love that that's happening, but then nothing is like, they needed a scene where he was like struggling within himself and like, what should I do? And she was like, oh, this is what I like. They needed like a sexy, you know, like Diamonds Are Forever. We're on this fish bed and like a bear skin rug and just like fucking and then like having a chat.
Yeah.
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 So here for that. That needed to happen.
I agree.
That would have been good.
For many reasons, I agree.
For lots of reasons.
But, like...
Because it was
weird.
underwritten.
They set him up like, we're besties. We've been best friends forever. Now I'm just gonna like betray you because you didn't kill him this one time.
I was confused by his motivation, and it was such a catalyst for
exactly.
like, and now he's like overthrowing the government with him. What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh.
I mean, they kind of set the seeds of like, you don't get to go on the mission.
Sure.
We didn't catch him.
Right.
I definitely could have used the scene between them, like a sexy time, and then let's have a little chat.
Yeah, I loved the scene with her and Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh yeah.
Where there was like, I'm gonna stay with him. She's like, I have to stay with the throne. That's like my job, or whatever. Yeah. And it's like,
whoever's sitting on the throne, I serve them, so I have to. And it was like, oh. That was a great scene.
It really was.
And it had a scene between her and Daniel Kaluuya happened where they talked about their motivations beforehand. It would have been like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like that.
Because at the end, it was like maybe 5 minutes too long of fighting for me.
Oh, absolutely.
I was like, okay.
Well, and I just was kind of like, wait, you guys, this doesn't make any sense. Why is everyone fighting and killing and injuring each other?
No, the whole point of this is diplomacy and like, let's talk and work it out.
The two of them should have been fighting. Yes.
Totally.
I wanted to see them as Panthers, like, prowling in the forest, fighting each other.
Yeah, that whole train...
That was...
Yeah, like, let's fight on the train tracks. I was like, okay. The ending was just a touch of Phantom Menace where too many things were happening. It's like, and he's flying to stop the ships from going, and they're having a battle within, and the two Panthers are fighting, and I was like, there's one too many things happening for... Yeah. 3 too many minutes.
Yeah.
And I was actually really excited when the guard they were taking down Michael B. Jordan. They all had their spears and they were like, get the necklace!
Yeah.
I was so excited for it to be like, fuck yeah, the general fucking kills what is he? He's like the Jaguar Panther?
I don't know.
Whatever he is.
Sure.
I was so excited for a woman to kill the main bad guy and just be like, I took care of it.
Well, I would have
been so here for that.
So here for that.
Like also, the 3 women, like Lupita, the younger sister, and the general are like, we're gonna fuck you up.
Also, it seemed so obvious to me that was what was gonna happen because the sister was the one who made the outfit, the suit.
I thought she was gonna be like, bloop, here's the back door,
exactly.
I'm gonna code this so the suit doesn't work.
Exactly. Oh no, your suit's gone? What are you gonna do now? Like that kind of thing. Exactly.
Oh no.
Oops.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, it was so much fighting, and I didn't need that.
I was like, I don't want you guys to fight. Which is, I mean, that's how it set it up morally.
Yes. You're all just hurting yourselves. Like, this is all, you're all Wakanda. Stop it.
Right.
Someone just put,
Well, and I was like, I really hope so. Oh, great. Michonne figured it out. She was just like, stop fighting. And I was like, yeah. But they've definitely killed a bunch of their own people, and I don't think they can move on from that.
Right?
Are her and Daniel Kaluuya just cool? Isn't he going to be tried for, treason? I mean, I guess not, because...
It was confusing. Now, did you wait after the credits?
Nope, totally forgot to.
Cool.
Well, I saw the UN speech, but then there was a second thing. When he's at the UN, we're gonna give our weapons away, or not our weapons. We're gonna share our technology bit by bit, and
so there was one more thing which I waited for, which was kids playing in a tent.
Yeah.
And then Bucky.
Oh, the Winter Soldier. Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan is back.
Favorite.
Because the younger sister saved him.
When?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay, great. He was in Civil War. Did he die at the end?
Was he in Civil War?
Yeah, that was the whole thing, because Cap was like, I'm going to take Bucky's side, and Robert Downey Jr. was like, no, we can't. Or something. That movie is a blur.
All of it's a blur. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
At some point in time, something happened to Bucky, and the little sister has rehabilitated him. I love it. I mean, if it means more Sebastian Stan, I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. If it's and now he's a villain again,
maybe
I'm like,
he could get a haircut and a mustache. And I'd be into it.
I don't remember what he looked like. He might have.
Was he I, Tanya-ing it up?
No. But anyway, my point was, the one that you did see.
Yeah.
And all of the end in general, but like you brought up Star Wars, and this was one of the parallel or the things that I thought of. At the end of The Last Jedi, there was that obnoxious thing with the stupid kids playing Jedi in the
oh yeah, it totally reminded me of it, but in this I wasn't annoyed.
Exactly. I was like, this, unlike like in the Last Jedi, it felt like Disney was just trying to make money by kids buying. Exactly.
Totally unearned.
And this had so much heart and was so touching for me, where it was just like this imagining and like the excitement of what it means to like have like a black superhero, etc. Like there's another role model, and it's really cool, and it was really exciting and earnest and real, and I was like, this is the good version
of little baby Anakin being like, meow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Can we talk about the Lexus commercial in the middle of the movie? You could easily see this just being like a commercial.
Oh, yes.
Vibranium secured.
Well done, my king.
It was so much
riding on cars.
Riding on top of cars.
Well, but I also liked her tech of like, you know, oh, and now I'm like autopiloting this car. Yeah.
It just somehow...
It was weird.
Felt silly.
Why wasn't he in the car?
He could just be in the car.
But I guess then he couldn't turn
make it a convertible.
Sure.
But she was the general lady was also on top of the car that Lupita was driving.
Only when she got out to got
out on top of the car. Just saying, there was a lot of and now I'm, you know, it was like Teen Wolf. Oh, now I'm surfing on top of this car.
But that was for a specific reason.
Sure.
It wasn't like she didn't like start off like he started off like.
He's like ha. It just made me laugh. I don't know if we talked enough about how awesome the little sister was.
Oh, she's the best. Do I know her from something?
I didn't.
Okay.
I mean, not specifically. She just seems awesome.
Yeah.
Did he freeze? Like an antelope in headlights.
She was that perfect combination of like a quirky, nerdy, capable,
gorgeous.
You know, all of the above. I mean, it was like everyone was like great. You know, like nobody was like a problem.
Sure.
But what do you? I mean, everyone was like the best at whatever they did, and it was like, we're the best.
I mean,
you're the best general. You're the best rhino keeper man. You're the best spy. You're the best tech Q person.
To be fair,
can't be bad.
They were in the royal circles, so like you would expect these to be the best.
It's true. I did have one question, and this isn't exclusively for Black Panther, it's just for superhero movies in general. I'm wondering how they work in, so you know, whenever there's like a dramatic moment and just their mask of their suit comes off.
Yes.
But not the whole suit. But then sometimes the whole suit comes off. But when it's a dramatic pause or like, an emotional moment, it's just the face. And I don't know, is there some sort of code that they work into the suit that's like, oh, it's a dramatic pause. We gotta take this. Is there like some sort of blinking, like a Morse code blinking that you do? So it's, oh no, just the face this time.
What I will say, because I thought about that, I did think about that too. The only thing that I could come up with was when she said to him, she's like, now think about it, tell it to turn on. And he doesn't say anything, it was just mental. So my assumption was that they can control it with their brain, in which case it can be like, I just want my face to be shown so that they can see me as I slit her throat. And you're like, no, fuck you, asshole.
No! Yeah.
That's what my assumption was.
In this one, but in all...
Sure, the other...
superhero movies, there's often, it's just like, oh, just the face. Oh, I did love when they go to the Ice Palace and they all had sort of like color-coordinated blanket parkas. And I was like...
yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. And that was the first time we got to see Angela Bassett's like white dreadlocks.
Oh my god, like, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was like, yes, queen.
After she took off her Patti LaBelle hat, I was like, yeah. Yes to all of this.
All of it.
So...
I would wholeheartedly say definitely see it. It had a lot of heart.
It really did.
It was really fun.
They took care.
Yeah, they really did.
They really took care with the story.
So, cheers to that.
Cheers.